Hello, my audience. I'm Jake Allen Graham. Stay with me right now. Just trying to get this phone to stand. Yep, got it. Okay. Reviewing the Dark Knight Trilogy, I give it a 7 out of 10, all 3 installments to the Dark Knight Trilogy. And I thought it was kind of stupid. The plot tells, the plot holes, the plot twists, where Shyamalan levels, where the villain's not the villain, but the villain behind the curtain is the villain. They rehearse it with different characters, the villain plot twist, and The Dark Knight Rises 2012 when Batman Begins came up with it. And you know how The Dark Knight 2008 was smart enough to only add 2 villains, as it was only smart to add 2 villains as the main villains, instead of make them stand on their own and not basically be the not be able to be, oh, this Joker has been controlled by Shitface, we'll call the villain name, or Toilet Man, Plumber Man. Well, we're making up shit to sound like artists like Christopher Nolan, as he directed this shitty trilogy. That feels like awful lot like it came from, you know what? I don't hate Shyamalan, the filmmaker. I don't hate him at all. I forgive him for making the Last Airbender movie. Because at least he tried to follow the continuity of the stories of the series. Even though he kind of sucked all the fun and sense of humor out of the show for the movie adaptation that Shyamalan did in 2010, Last Airbender. Not going to let that go. The point is, he was at least trying to tell a coherent narrative and wasn't trying to be a... Well, the script didn't feel like it was... The script... What I'm trying to say is the Batman trilogy with Christopher Nolan feel like it takes more literaries than the Shyamalan or Ding Dong Last Airbender movie. Well, I can't completely hate. Now that I've said that. But I mostly hate that movie. And I'm only lukewarm on Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy. Like I'm lukewarm on the singer from Van Halen that was the second singer of Van Halen. Main singer of Van Halen, before they switched to a third singer for one album called Van Halen 3. Oh, I don't remember that singer's name. Is what I think of Christian Bale's Batman trilogy. It's a 7 out of 10. It's above average. Do I recommend it? I guess. The trilogy? I guess so. I didn't regret it. I just became less of a Batman fan than I was before I saw the trilogy. For a while. Then Saxon rebooted Batman. Then That made me grow attached to the characters again, you know. Now that's gonna get rebooted. Was Gun. How's that gonna go? Time will tell, I guess, how this Superman movie will do with Gun. If it does well, the box office makes money, shit ton. Enough to make a franchise out of things. Because those things need to make money to make a franchise and tons of installments. That last decades on decades, you know? If you want to if you want to make money, if you want to compete with Marvel Studios, I still don't want to stay, which I'm just going to say, I think they would have had a better shot if they just continued the Gun, if they just like didn't, if they just like canceled. I just like think, I just think, well, Gunn's like introducing the Justice League, or some kind of Justice League in the new Superman movie. It seems like we kind of got that already with Zack Snyder's Justice League movie with Superman. It's called Zack Snyder's Justice League. That's 4 hours long, released originally at least on HBO Max. And yes, I have the Blu-ray 2-disc edition of it physically, as well as the Man of Steel copy, and also the copy of Batman v Superman Ultimate Cut and theatrical cut. I have also on Blu-ray all those movies. So that I really enjoy the fuck out of. Also, I enjoy the fuck out of those movies. Like I enjoyed the Phase 1, all the Phase 1 movies from Marvel Studios, released back from 2008 to 2012. I give those 10 out of 10. I love those movies. The original Phase 1 Marvel movies, all Phase 1 of the Marvel movies from Phase 1. Called Avengers Assemble. Phase. But I feel like once they enter Phase 2, with Guardians, and once Gunn made the Guardians movie, I feel like Marvel tried to duplicate the formula. To the point I felt like Guardians started to lose its value after a while. For me, in my eyes. For replay value. Even though I still like the first Guardians movie a lot, I feel like because Marvel has tried so hard to duplicate the formula with Guardians, like make it a superhero comedy, with superhero characters, and but I felt the first one had a balance of action and comedy and drama, with in balanced serious moments and comedy moments as very well. And I can say the same thing for Guardians 3. I don't think Guardians 2 did that well. It didn't have a balance. It had too many humor. I agree with Jeremy Johnson, the review critic online. The movie critic, Jeremy Johnson online, that he's a YouTube critic. His name is, I have trouble saying his name. I could be saying his name wrong, his last name. I agree, like, with what he said. Basically, Guardians 2, I felt like has way too much jokes. And the jokes don't always land like they do with the first one or the third one, for me. When the majority of the time, the joke kind of fall flat was too many of them. Or there was like, yeah, it has some depth here and there. Volume 2, like, was killing off Yondu, and having Peter be saved by Yondu and shit, and that was cool and stuff. And emotional, I'm not going to lie. That was good drama in that movie. But I just wish most of the movie had a good. I wish most of the movie, there was some more moments more sprinkled in that movie, like some more serious drama to stir up the comedy. I mean, to spice off the comedy movie they're going for. Like they can, I'm not saying they don't have to like not have humor. I'm just saying can put more drama in besides humor, so it feels like there's a balance, and I'm just not getting sick of it. Like does that make sense? I just feel like, Superman 3, why some people hate Superman 3 because of Richard Pryor? Because he wasn't funny? I thought he was fine compared to the shit we have now these days with sense of humor that from coming out by Marvel and DC with the movies like The Flash and Guardians 2. Now, fuck. I was talking about the Dark Knight Trilogy, right? The Dark Knight Trilogy gets a 7 out of 10. I think the twist that the villains that it goes for twice with was two Batman movies in this franchise was the first one, third one, going with this villain not being the main villain, but the main villain being pretending to be Bruce's ally and friend is the main villain. At the last minute, it's like this. Those who haven't seen the Dark Knight trilogy, I'm going to spoil it for you. The main villain in the Dark Knight 2012 flick is Talia al Ghul, daughter of Ra's al Ghul, who is the main villain of the first Dark Knight movie, Batman Begins. And I just thought it was stupid. Stupid. Dumb. It makes me feel like I had a bad brain fart watching these movies. It fucked up and rotted in my brain to the point I feel like I'm getting stupid. More than I was watching Joss Whedon's 17 cut of Justice League. That I didn't know was Joss Whedon's until I found out, did some digging, was Googling on the internet and YouTube. Found out, holy shit, that was Joss Whedon. Thought that was correct. And the Snyder cut as well. Zack Snyder's movie of Justice League from 2021 released in. That's 4 hours long. Whedon's cut is like 2 hours long-ish. I felt longer to me than the Snyder cut. I don't know why. Now, I don't say I hate Whedon's cut. I just think it's what I think of the Dark Knight trilogy. It's a 7 out of 10. It's above average. Fine. Agree or disagree? Fine. Okay. Fuck me. Fuck. I'm a little thirsty. So I'm going to end this video soon. And, to drink some water. And, that's my review on the Dark Knight Trilogy. Goodbye. Subscribe. Hit the thumbs up to like this video. Hit the comment section below to let me know if you thought this video went too fucking long and I overstayed my welcome or lost your attention. I tried my best to be engaging with this take of film. And I'm really thirsty. I have dry throat. Goodbye.